Good morning, and thanks for joining me for our daily devotion. My name is Elizabeth Johnson, and I'm the music director here at Lord of Life. So, when I'm choosing a piece to play for you, I'm often reminded of hymns that we don't sing very often here that I kind of think we should sing more often. That is the case for my piece today, which is called When Morning Gilds the Skies. I don't necessarily have a real reason why we don't sing it more often here. Maybe because it's a little bit more challenging to sing than the average hymn. It sits a little bit higher and you kind of reach high notes early in the piece. But I think the rising melodic line is really intentional on the part of the composer. The opening line of the hymn is, "When morning gilds the skies, my heart awaking cries, may Jesus Christ be praised." And I think the rising melodic line to me is representing the rising sun, just literally the rising line kind of paralleling that, the beginning of morning. This music was written by Joseph Barnby in the mid 19th century, and the words were originally German and then translated into English by two different translators. Edward Caswall was first, and then Robert Bridges kind of adapted the first English translation. And that's the one, Robert Bridges' version is the one that we have in our hymnal. I find it really interesting to look at poetic translations that rhyme. If you think about an original text in an original language that rhymes, if you translated it word for word, it's probably not going to rhyme. So the translator kind of crafts something new while trying to maintain the intention and the meaning behind the original. Sometimes it comes out pretty similar, and sometimes it kind of becomes something else altogether. The original first line in German, I think, would just translate to something like "in the early morning light," but our English version became "when morning gilds the skies." So I think, the German is a lot more straightforward and the English is a little more ornate. One thing that is maintained between the German and the English is there's a theme of music and of song and singing throughout. And also, there is the structure where we have this line, we say, "May Jesus Christ be praised," two times in every stanza in the same spot. That is also the same structure in the original German. So this piano arrangement is by John Carter, and the very beginning has a very brief quote of a famous piece of classical music that has a similar theme to the hymn. So see if you recognize it.